watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Brady Mallory.
And I'm Eric Franke. We begin with our continuing coverage of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting that left a student and a teacher dead, 2 other students in critical condition.
Joining us now with live coverage, Maddie Heimsch, who's following the police's response and investigation, and Will Keneally, who's taking a look at the legislative side of things. A few hours ago, we received an update from city officials about the shooting. Here's a little of what we heard from Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway.
All right, I'm going to say this and then we're done. It is absolutely none of y'all's business who was harmed in this incident.
Again, that's Madison's mayor frustrated at today's news conference. A member of the Milwaukee press asking her a question about why city officials have not released the names of the victims in yesterday's shooting. Those names have been swirling on social media, but the police have not confirmed them. So, Maddie, what else happened?
What you just heard there from the mayor came after Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes gave brief statements to the media before declining to answer any questions and leaving. Now Barnes left Mayor Rhodes Conway and Dane County Executive Melissa Agard to answer any questions, many of which they could not speak to as they are not law enforcement officials or involved in the ongoing investigation. But in his statements, Chief Barnes did correct an error reported yesterday.
Yesterday, after looking at the computer-aided dispatch system, it seems as if a call came from a second grader. It actually read the call came from a second grade teacher. That was a mistake. That's my responsibility, and I apologize, and I clarify that today. It did not come from a second grader. It read second grade teacher.
So that discrepancy in who made the 911 call, not the only error reported by MPD. Yesterday, the department reported that there were 5 people dead. They then corrected that to 3 people. One official also reportedly told the Associated Press that the shooter was a 17-year-old. We now know she was a 15-year-old. I asked at the press conference about the vetting process before reporting critical information like this to the public. Again, Police Chief Sean Barnes was not there to answer that question. They also did not tell us when the next public briefing would be for more information. So for those unanswered questions we're still looking for, like a motive, communication with the shooter's family, we're still waiting on that information. I'll bring more from the press conference in our next half hour, but for now, reporting live on Madison's east side, Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. And if you're looking to help the victims of this tragedy, the best way to do that right now is donating to the Abundant Life Christian School Emergency Fund. United Way Dane County has set up that fundraiser. You can find it on the homepage of its website. All of the money goes directly to ALCS. You can also donate by texting HELP for ALCS to 40403. You can find that link to that recovery fund at channel3000.com.
Now, before we check in with Will Keneally, we want to take a look at our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joining us from the weather patio. Alex?
Eric, we're waiting for a few snowflakes to start falling here out on the patio. If we actually go over to Max 2 and take a look at our radar right now, there are a couple of snow showers over northwestern portions of Dane County that we're expecting as part of planning our evening tonight. Temperatures near freezing, but as we head towards later after 6, 8 towards 10 o'clock, these snow showers that I'm expecting across southern Wisconsin become a bit more widespread. There you see a few of those what we call returns, meaning there could be a couple of snowflakes north and west of Madison, Cross Plains, Wanakee over towards Sun Prairie, maybe even as far south as Mount Horeb. Not showing any dark or deep blues across southern Wisconsin just yet on radar 3000, but as we put future track into motion as we head towards 7 o'clock, southwest Wisconsin seeing some blue returns, meaning the snow will start to fall, especially for areas, let's say Dells, Wisconsin River Valley, Madison, and south towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. It'll be a brief blip of snow overnight tonight, but any travel tonight, I know that there are activities going on across southern Wisconsin tonight, and our morning commute could have a couple of slick spots to contend with, even though overall amounts look to be light. Then we turn our attention, and coming up in Maine weather, more on Alert Day Thursday, and where the heaviest snow may set up, and the potential impacts we'll be looking at travel-wise.
Thank you, Alex. The shooting at Abundant Life is calling attention again to the question of what can be done to prevent these kinds of events.
And on the end of those questions today, Wisconsin lawmakers. Our political reporter Will Keneally joins us now from the state capitol. Will, what kind of conversations are lawmakers having in the wake of this most recent shooting?
Yeah, that's right. As many in the community are still grappling with what happened yesterday, some are looking towards solutions, how to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again. That included Melissa Agard. Now, before she's elected to be Dane County executive, she led Democrats in the state Senate, so she knows well the process to pass a new gun legislation here in the state capitol.
Our laws in Wisconsin are far too lax when it comes to access of guns by children. And I do believe that we should have safe storage laws. We should have background checks. We should have red flag bills. We should be providing adequate support for everyone in our community.
Now, the group Every Town for Gun Safety rates Wisconsin at 21 out of 50 states in the strength of their gun laws. This is considered as missing a few key laws. For example, Wisconsin doesn't have red flag laws where a temporary court order can be used to remove guns from people. Now, I want to show you, we are here outside the state capitol. Behind me, you'll see a podium set. This is where we will see a vigil take place within the next couple of hours here at the Val Phillips statue. Now, we'll continue to provide you coverage with the Ellie La Liberté coming up later in this hour from this vigil, previewing what we're expecting to hear tonight. But for now, reporting from the state capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. In other news, we have new information about the allegations of abuse against a Madison alder, Charles Miadze.
A criminal complaint filed in Dane County says Miadze beat, strangled, and threatened to kill former Deputy Mayor Gloria Reyes while the two were dating. The 49-year-old alder is charged with 8 felonies, including 3 counts of strangulation and suffocation. Reyes says she has about a dozen incidents of the abuse documented in photos and emails throughout their relationship. The two were together from 2018 to 2021. Online court records show Miadze was handed a signature bond during his first appearance yesterday.
And this comes not too long after the Madison Common Council voted to censure Miadze after an investigation into allegations of harassment found no substantial evidence that he broke any local, state, or federal laws. The mayor also had Miadze removed from his positions on committees. Miadze denies all of the allegations against him. We have a full detailed article of those allegations up on this story linked at channel3000.com. If you are experiencing domestic abuse and need help, there are options available. The Domestic Abuse Intervention Services in Dane County hotline is set up right there on your screen. That number 608-251-4445.
Next on Live at 4, we have more coverage of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting.
Our Kyle Pozorski brings us the perspective of first responders when we come back.
Hey, all right, Pep's Draft House.
I believe it's Draft Haas.
Draft Haas. I think that's Italian.
Growler Pilsner to go? I gotta get back to Joe's Haas.
Got pizza in the house! Man, I'm glad this pizza's big. We got full Haas.
For pizza with big toppings and even bigger taste, you need to
take it to the house!
When you're gonna pizza, take it to the house. House. Pep's Draft House.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salonpas. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
He said me too. Hurry in and save big on fiberglass blown-in insulation from Knauf. Did you know the attic is a home's #1 source of heat loss? Adding fiberglass insulation to your attic is an easy and effective way to keep your family warm. Right now, save big on Knauf blown-in insulation with a $5 rebate. Save up to 15% on your utility bills with a properly insulated home. Plus, stack on more savings with additional tax credits on qualifying energy-efficient upgrades.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
I've got arthritis in my joints. I would walk 10 steps and not have to sit down. I wanted to do anything other than go through the pain and the effort of the surgery.
That's when Mike discovered QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
Afterwards, I felt like I really made the right choice. It's a tremendous success.
Join tens of of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 608-927-4530.
If you want to avoid the process of surgery and the pain and the effort, you need to go to QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 608-927-4530. 608-927-4530.
Discover more ways to save on appliances at our Brothers Main bargain rooms. Get discounts on top brand closeouts, returns, and scratch and dents. Minor dings, major savings. Plus, you can take your purchase home today. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
First responders throughout Dane County responded to yesterday's shooting at Abundant Life, and several are now saying cross-communication between departments helped prevent further harm.
News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski spoke with first responders today about the ongoing active shooter training that takes place throughout the county.
A division chief with the Madison Fire Department tells me the breaking down of former communication styles between departments as well help put an end to Monday's killing. They credit consistent training through a program called ASIM, or Active Shooting Incident Management. Agencies across the country have been using the model to integrate the response process between all first responders. Dan Williams of the Madison Fire Department tells News 3 Now that while emotions are still raw, there is a silver lining, saying the training through ASIM helped.
But having been there throughout the day, some of those emotions transition for me to a sense of pride in seeing the operations unfold, that we've trained so hard for this, and seeing the rewards of that training.
UW's interim police chief, Brent Plish, agrees that the cross-communication proved to be helpful.
We have to respond to these events together. We have to train our response together. And then we also have to think together how we're going to respond after the event.
Both say their departments and others throughout the Madison area will continue to work in the coming years to improve on the processes and to prevent further harm. In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Kyle. Let's get a look at our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here with that. Alex.
And we're tracking 2 snow chances this week. The minor snow chance tonight, accumulations likely well under an inch, but more appreciable amount of snow possible with that clipper system we've been talking about for a few days on Thursday, and certainly cold temperatures by the weekend. Planning our evening, though, first cloudy skies giving way to a few light snow showers this evening with temperatures right around freezing, and we're already starting to see some, if you look very closely, just some very light blue, 151 up to 12, Wanakee, Sun Prairie, just north and west of Lake Mendota. Could see a couple snowflakes starting to come down as we speak right now, maybe a little bit more over southwestern Wisconsin near Platteville over towards Dubuque. But this will fill in more as we progress into the evening. 7 o'clock, Prairie du Chien and Mineral Point over towards Darlington becomes more widespread, especially from the Dells, Wisconsin River Valley Point south towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Best chances for this light bout of snow tonight, which could cause a couple of slick spots even as we go into the Wednesday morning commute. But take note here, amounts very light, dusting to ½ inch, but it doesn't take much to cause a slick spot, and we know there's quite a bit of travel going on this evening across southern Wisconsin. Then we turn our attention to that clipper system. Alert day conditions expected Thursday, going through Thursday afternoon, especially for areas north of Madison, for 3+ inches of snow. Breezy enough that we could see a little bit of blowing snow as well. There you see the snow moving in by noon on Thursday. Strong southeasterly winds out ahead of this clipper-like system. The actual low itself now a little bit further to the south. And I mentioned yesterday, if that takes that track a little further to the south, it brings more widespread snow to southern Wisconsin. And right now, that is the current projection. With that snow ending with strong north winds Friday morning, giving way to some partly sunny conditions later on Friday. Thinking widespread 1 to 3 inches for most of southern Wisconsin, but for Madison and points up towards the north, 3 inches, maybe 3 to 4, or an isolated higher amount over Juneau, Adams, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. And depending on where that weather system tracks, this higher amounts could come a little bit further to the south or it could move a little bit further to the north. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. That is our best chance for snow over the course of the next 10 days. A little bit of a mix as we head out towards Monday of next week, transitioning us to warmer weather by the time we get to the holidays. And we even have a 50-degree temperature in the forecast with showers way out that 10-day Friday.
Alex, thank you. The man suspected of killing United Healthcare CEO earlier this month has been indicted. Newly released documents show Luigi Mangione is facing 11 counts, including 1 for first-degree murder, 2 for second-degree murder, and other weapon and forgery charges. The indictment shows a Manhattan grand jury has indicted Mangione of second-degree murder as a crime of terrorism. The 26-year-old is not fighting extradition to New York. He is set to appear in Pennsylvania court for an extradition hearing on Thursday. One of President-elect Donald Trump's more controversial cabinet picks is on Capitol Hill this week, attempting to shore up support among Republicans to get confirmed. Trump's pick to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., returned to Capitol Hill today. This week, there has been renewed scrutiny of a petition that Kennedy filed in 2020 for the FDA to revoke approval of the polio vaccine in an attempt to calm nerves. Kennedy said he's, quote, all for the vaccine. If he is approved, he'd oversee both the FDA and the CDC.
After meeting with TikTok CEO, President-elect Trump says he's re-evaluating a pending ban on TikTok. Yesterday, TikTok asked the U.S. Supreme Court to temporarily block the law that will ban it unless its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, agrees to sell it. The ban is set to take effect January 19th. The company's request is asking the High Court to issue an emergency decision by January 6th. Some of TikTok's more than 100 million American users have also filed a separate request to block the law.
Tomorrow, the Federal Reserve will meet to make its final interest rate decision of the calendar year. It's likely to make the 3rd consecutive rate cut of the year. About 9 in 20 economists polled by the financial data firm FactSet forecast the Fed will cut its benchmark rate by 0.25%. The Fed has been battling inflation since March of 2022 when it began ratcheting up rates to cool the economy, eventually pushing its benchmark rate to its highest level in 23 years.
More mystery drone sightings above New Jersey and across the country. About 100 of the more than 5,000 drone sightings reported in recent weeks to the FBI have been credible enough to warrant an investigation. Federal authorities say these sightings include legal commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones, as well as manned aircraft. Helicopters and even stars mistakenly reported as drones.
We have been trying to be as transparent with the American people as we can. But I think it's also important to remember that there are 1 million drones registered with the FAA, and thousands upon thousands fly in U.S. airspace legally every single day.
Kirby also says he does not believe the surge in possible drone sightings to be an overreaction by the public. On the 608, the Holiday Tree Show is lighting up the season at the Rock County Historical Society.
Our Josh Pryder's in Janesville with what's new this year and why you should check it out with the whole family.
It is the most wonderful time of the year at the Rock County Historical Society, where the Holiday Tree Show is now underway, and we're giving you a little sneak preview of what you can expect here in Janesville. Tim Moss is the executive director here at RCHS. Tim, good to see you.
You too. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, this is always so amazing, and like you guys always do here at the Rock County Historical Society, you took this to another level this year.
Yeah, but you got to keep elevating it, keeping it fresh for people so they're excited to come back.
So what is the Holiday Tree Show all about here?
So it really is about showing our guests and our visitors how much support the Historical Society has from its local people. So every tree that's in here is available to be sponsored. A lot of businesses do that. A lot of families do that. We have a number of people that will sponsor a number of trees for schools that can't afford to do it on their own. So it's really about people being able to show their support to the Historical Society, market their businesses, and just demonstrate community.
And you guys set a record of 147
Yep.
trees in this building. How
Yep.
do you get 147 trees in here?
We get a lot of questions about that. So we, my staff actually, I think this is the first year that they finally got like more is better, right? Like this room has never been this full that we're sitting in. So we have a large storage shed on the south end of town, and people continue to donate artificial Christmas trees to us throughout the year, which we always take because we own all of the trees and we need to keep them ship-shape so that it's really easy for the sponsors to come in and do their stuff to them. So we have them all inventoried, all the heights and widths and all of that type of thing. And in about August, we'll sit down with the floor plans and we'll do out a little map of how we want things to look and what we're going to change to, again, make it feel fresh and different for people. And then we begin to plan and execute from there.
And you mentioned those sponsors. Of course, you couldn't do it without them. And a lot of these trees in here, businesses, you have nonprofits, you have families that are lifting you guys up in your mission around the holidays.
Right. And it has grown in 5 short years. It has grown to our largest fundraiser, and I'm very, very proud of that. And majority of our, about 75 to 80% of our guests are not from Rock County. So if you think about what that does for a community like Janesville and and Rock County, is it's really helping to bring everybody up. You know, the Rotary Botanical Gardens here for 20 plus years has been doing their light show, which brings so many people in, but there's always room for more, right? Who doesn't want to do a lot for Christmas? You know, come and spend half a day and just, you know, eat, drink, and be merry and have just a nice, lovely time.
Oh, it's the most magical time of the year. So Christmas next week, so it's kind of the crunch time here to get in and see this right now.
Yep, and if you're not familiar with Janesville, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, the trolleys are running from 1 until 8. They're free. There's a free route. You can find that on our website. And you can park in one spot and experience all of it, and then just pick the trolley up on your way back to your car.
I love that. And visit Santa and Mrs. Claus
Santa and
sitting
Mrs.
right
Claus.
in these chairs?
Yep, they will be here through the end of the day on the 23rd. You want to come in here and just have your family photo with them. There's no cost for that whatsoever. The charge to get into the show is $15 for adults. 12 and under are always free here at RCHS.
Very reasonable. All right, Tim. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
If you'd like to learn more about the Holiday Tree Show, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. In Janesville, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
147 trees, that's your goal next year.
It is, yeah, not happening.
Okay, I tried. Thanks, Josh. We'll be right back.
Bigger isn't always better. Stoughton Health offers in-house MRI in a safe, inviting environment with convenient scheduling, friendly staff, and easy parking. Experience why patients are proud to say, "This is my hospital."
Now that is how you holiday the Bob's way. Just a happy shopper enjoying the lush velvety feel of my new Posh Sectional. Enveloped in the endless comfort of Bobapedic gel memory foam seats. Surrounded by 14 included accent pillows. Safe in the knowledge that they're spending hundreds less than they would on my competitor's similar sofa. And most importantly, that they get
free cookies and ice cream.
Exactly! Holiday the Bob's way and see how much you can save when you dare to compare at Bob's Discount Furniture.
COVID-19. I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not risking it. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body.
Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. It's critical to tell your doctor about all the medicines you take because certain tests or changes in their dosage may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe, like anaphylaxis, and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor today.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy Paint.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick. Exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX models. For attractive offers, visit these Buick dealers today.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, McFarland, and Cottage Grove.
We are continuing our coverage of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. This is now one of at least 83 school shootings in 2024.
In the past day, we've heard a lot from law enforcement and state officials about the resources available to parents, teachers, and students who are concerned about a potential threat to their community. Here to talk to us about some of the warning signs and how to prevent future tragedies like this one, UW-Madison Associate Professor on Educational Psychology and co-director of the School Mental Health Collaborative, Katie Eklund. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so part of your expertise is consultation on K-12 school crisis prevention. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm a licensed psychologist and school psychologist, and after practicing in the schools for many years, became a professor and researcher focused on school mental health and school safety. I'm also a Prepare trainer, which is an evidence-based school safety training developed by the National Association of School Psychologists on how to help schools prevent, prepare, and respond to crisis events. My work includes training school administrators, educators, and school mental health professionals on responding and preventing crisis events, including the death of students and staff members.
Well, what are, I'm sure you deal with this all the time when you're talking to school districts, talking to teachers. What are some of the behaviors that teachers and parents, should be able to flag to identify a student who might be at risk here?
Yeah, absolutely. Decisions about school safety must be based on facts and not fear, and working to focus on prevention efforts. And so one prevention strategy that schools often use is evidence-based threat assessment, which is a process where we are focused on identifying serious threats and hopefully preventing violence. This begins when we have family members, friends, or others seek help when they might be concerned with someone who's in distress or who might be threatening violence. And so it's important that if you see something, that you say something, that you report it. Thankfully, here in Wisconsin, we have an anonymous tip line available where folks can make reports. We also have school mental health professionals in many of our buildings, which include school psychologists and school social workers who are trained to respond. Our Office of School Safety here in Wisconsin provides some really excellent guidelines on how to respond when we see these concerning behaviors. And so this threat assessment process not only includes gathering more information, which might have led a student down a path towards violence, but also primarily focuses on how to offer support and interventions to that student when they might be at risk.
And before we wrap up, we talked a little bit with experts on how do you talk to your kids about these. Do the parents bring it up? Do they wait for the kids to bring it up? Or is it a matter of just saying, I'm here if you need to talk?
Absolutely. I'd say to parents, start the conversation, talk about the shooting with your child. We know that not talking about it can make this event feel even more threatening in your child's mind, and that silence often suggests that what has occurred is too horrible to even speak about, or that maybe you don't know what has happened. We know that with social media and news that it's highly unlikely that our kids and teenagers haven't heard about this, and so chances are that your child has heard too. You can start a conversation by just asking your child what they've heard, correcting any rumors or misperceptions, and listening to any fears that they might have. But certainly being a positive role model. We know that kids really look to adults for how to respond. And so it's okay to express sadness. It's okay to express empathy for the victims and their families. And then you can also focus on the quick response by law enforcement and by medical personnel who are there to really help support the victims. But at the end of the day, we really want to provide reassurances to children that they're safe, and that as parents, we're here to keep them safe at home, and that their teachers really care a lot about them at school. And we still believe that schools are safe places for our kids to be.
Well, Katie, such a difficult time, and we really appreciate the work you do, and we appreciate your time today for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
And coming up on Live at 4, Meryl Hubbard speaks with a local leader and a former student at Abundant Life Christian School.
Hear her reaction to yesterday's mass shooting when we come back.
When your indoor comfort is on the line, go with the team from Modern Heating and Cooling. New owners Scott and Jason have combined experience of over 65 years in the HVAC trades, so they'll make sure you find the right system to fit your needs and budget. Offering the highest quality HVAC products from Carrier, turn to the experts at Modern Heating and Cooling. Call today to schedule one of their indoor comfort specialists.
Don't miss a chance to win a new furnace from AirServe of Madison. Send us a photo of your old, ugly furnace for a chance to win a new, beautiful furnace in the Ugliest Furnace Photo Contest on channel3000.com. Brought to you by AirServe of Madison.
I have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
After my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me self-conscious.
Emotionally, it was really sad. Feeling good up here, but you look down and you don't.
After having my babies, it went a different direction. From here, it went to here, and I just couldn't get rid of that.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
And I finally got the flat stomach I wanted.
I'm able to get back in my size 8 jeans. I feel sexy. I feel confident.
It feels good to feel good and look good. The mommy belly is gone.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-557-5298 or go to sonobello.com.
I'm SSM Health Family Medicine physician Dr. Danielle Mitchell. As cases of preventable illnesses increase in Wisconsin, here are 3 things to know about vaccines. Vaccines are safe. Decades of research and use prove they're safe for people of all ages. Vaccines are effective. They help you avoid serious symptoms and hospitalization. Vaccines are essential. They protect you, your family, and your community from illnesses like measles, chickenpox, whooping cough, and more.
3 things to know. Part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
And good afternoon. Once again, welcome to Live at 4.
We are continuing our coverage of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. Today, our Maddie Heimsch, Elie La Liberté, and Merrill Hubbard are live, bringing us reaction from community members, leaders, and the latest updates from Madison Police. Let's start with Maddie Heimsch, who was at the most recent news conference the city held today. Maddie, what did you hear?
Something noted at this most recent press briefing with city officials is several threats made to MMSD schools that put those schools on secure holds this morning. Now, none of them were found to be credible, but authorities say threats like these that put our schools on lockdown become increasingly common after tragedies like the one we saw yesterday.
Today, numerous MMSD schools were targeted by false threats, often known as swatting. We're working closely with the Madison Metropolitan School District to determine where these originated and to investigate this call.
Now, we want to note that Abundant Life Christian School is not part of MMSD, but standing here at the school, there are several MMSD schools within just miles of me. And County Executive Melissa Agard, who spoke at the briefing, has a son in MMSD. Here's what she had to say personally about the matter.
It was hard for him to get up and go to school today. And then the school was locked down because many schools in Madison area were locked down due to swatting. And that was triggering not only to him and his peers, but to family members and educators.
In partnership with the MMSD Office of School Safety, the Madison Police Department, like I said, found none of the threats to be credible, and all the schools are safe, although they did go into that temporary lockdown this morning. Reporting live on Madison's east side, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. Let's get a look at our weather. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has our first warn forecast. Alex.
Yeah, Brady, waiting for a few snowflakes to eventually start falling through the sky. It's a bit dry out here on the patio, and when you have dry air and you have precipitation trying to materialize, it struggles a bit, at least initially. But we are expecting snowfall to make it to the ground, minor accumulations tonight, an inch or less. So overall hazards tonight, not expecting gusty winds, not expecting much in the way of having to shovel, and the driving threats on the minor end tonight. But still, nonetheless, a couple of slick spots are expected as some light snow develops, especially as we get between 6 and 8 o'clock. It will peak, meaning it'll be most widespread as we head towards that 8, 9, 10 o'clock hour with temperatures right around freezing. Just very faint, what we call returns, a little bit of blue in Dane County. Those are snowflakes that are trying to make it to the ground across Dane County and portions of southern Wisconsin. So eventually these snowflakes will likely make it to the ground, but not expecting much in the way of heavy accumulation, just light accumulations tonight, as Future Track shows, especially Wisconsin, River Valley, Madison over towards Jefferson, and points to the south stand the best chances for seeing a little bit of light snow throughout the evening. Then we turn our attention to a more widespread accumulating snow event that we've been talking about for days on the First Warn Weather Team, a clipper-like system to bring potentially alert day conditions to 3 or more inches of snow and some blowing and drifting of that snow. Coming up in a little bit, I'll give you a glimpse using Future Track of what that weather system may look like for southern Wisconsin.
All right, Alex, thank you. One moment here. There we go. A little technical glitch.
Yeah, a little technical delay there. Our community continues to grapple with yesterday's tragedy. People are coming together.
Our Ellie LaLiberte is live at the Capitol, where a candlelight vigil will be taking place later tonight. And Ellie, you also spoke to a school alum.
Yeah, that's right, Brady. I spoke with Dana Pelabon earlier today, who, of course, ran for Dane County Executive earlier this year. She tells me she actually went to Abundant Life Christian School for her first 2 years in high school, and she says it's a very close-knit community. Of course, Abundant Life Christian School is a K-12 school on Madison's east side. It was founded in 1978. The school is home to roughly 200 families. Pelabon now says the ALCS community is connecting with one another, but many still in shock.
Sadness. Anger, surprise, and just incredible fear for everybody in that space. You know, there are still people that work there that I know. 2 of my old teachers are still teaching in that school.
And Brady, Eric, as you said earlier, there will be a chance for the community to come together later tonight. A candlelight vigil taking place here on State Capitol grounds at the Vel Phillips statue at 6 p.m. The event put on by the Dane County Boys and Girls Club. And we are expecting Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, as well as MMSD Superintendent Joe Gothard, to be in attendance. Now, if you can't make this vigil tonight, we'll be keeping you up to date as we stay here throughout the evening. You can check that out on channel3000.com. But for now, reporting live at the Capitol, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now.
All right, Ellie, thank you. Quick check of Wall Street. U.S. stock indices closed lower today, giving back some of the gains this year. The Dow dropping 268 points. The NASDAQ down almost 65. The S&P 500 falls 23.5.
And we're also following the aftermath of yesterday's shooting in the neighborhood where the suspected shooter lived.
Our Braden Ross was at that home this morning, hours after police descended on it just yesterday.
This is the house where that 15-year-old girl lived. We've seen family members and friends come and go this morning, picking up the pieces that were left behind by a police investigation last night.
I couldn't believe it. We were kind of in shock.
Neighbors on this quiet north side street are still trying to wrap their heads around what happened in the community yesterday after police learned that the suspected shooter lived at this home, now characterized by broken windows and a front door blown off the hinges.
My granddaughter said she did hear 2 booms.
Those booms likely the result of police forcibly entering the home as part of the immediate investigation into the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. Family and friends of the homeowners now working to clean up the aftermath in the midst of their own tragedy. Police are still working to determine what led that 15-year-old girl to bring a gun to school this week. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Braden, thank you. And coming up on Live at 4, there is still time to find the perfect gift for the tech lover in your life.
How about that? Consumer Reports brings us a list of the best tech gifts when we come back.
If you've been injured, you need a trusted team to get you the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
When it comes to winning internet, TDS is in a league of our own. Just like the Green Bay Packers. Wisconsin born and bred, we live, work, play, hire, and get involved in the communities we serve. Like delivering the green and gold standard of internet. 100% fiber internet that's as fast, powerful, and reliable as your other hometown favorite, the Packers. TDS, internet that's built Wisconsin strong.
Ever wonder why your house is so cold and drafty? Knowing the answer could save you a lot of money. Usually, the problem is your walls. Attic insulation isn't enough to keep your home warm in the winter. It's like going outside with only a hat, not a coat. It's time to stop freezing and start saving with USA Insulation. Right now, USA Insulation has their best deals of the year because they know winter is when you need it the most.
USA Insulation.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Habitat Dane has partnered with over 696 local families, helping them achieve affordable home ownership. Now our neighbors need us more than ever, and demand for our program is at an historic high. Please support this vital work. Donate today.
Driving comes with risk. You may be a safe driver, but there's the risk that others are not. What's not a risk? Calling Gruber Law Offices. The call is free, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Tonight at 6, we'll be using Future Track to look at 2 chances for snow. A little bit of snow tonight, but alert day conditions snow expected on Thursday.
Then a community reeling after a deadly school shooting. We look at the fallout and the road to healing tonight at 6.
Start your evening with News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, uncovering the stories and getting to the heart of events and issues that matter here. And when bad weather is on the way, we warn you first. News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, weeknights.
Well, finding the perfect gift for the tech lover on your list, it can feel overwhelming with all of those options out there.
So many things to choose from. But if you haven't finished your shopping yet, you are in luck. The tech experts at Consumer Reports are sharing some advice for gifting gadgets and their favorite tech picks this holiday season. Michelle Renee Quinn shows us.
Whether you're shopping for a die-hard techie or someone aspiring to be one, there's a tech gift out there for everyone. No matter what you choose, CR's experts say it's important to know your audience.
Just make sure it's within their comfort level, that it's going to be easy enough for them to figure out how to use it.
Another tip is to try to match the lifestyle of the person that you're shopping for.
You also want to make sure if you're gifting someone a piece of tech that it pairs with whatever tech they already have.
If someone on your list loves watching movies and shows, CR's head of TV testing, Matt Ferretti, says the Roku Ultra is at the top of the streaming media device ratings.
For around $100, you get a lot of the high-end features on the streaming player that we typically only see on more expensive streaming media devices. I also really like that it has an easy-to-use interface, especially if I'm getting it as a gift for someone else, because I wind up being tech support for everyone I buy a gift for.
For those working from home, CR tech editor Nicholas DeLeon is a big fan of his Steelcase Series 1 office chair. He likes its breathable fabric and wheels that stay put on his hardwood floors.
My favorite feature is that I can lean pretty far back in the chair while also flailing my arms out.
For the light sleepers in your life, CR Tech editor Courtney Lindwall loves her Soundcore Sleep A20 earbuds. They play noise-masking sounds throughout the night.
They're really kind of bendable, soft, and they tuck nicely in your ear, and they are comfortable for the whole night.
One last tip before giving a tech gift this year.
Unbox the product and set it up in advance to save you a headache later on.
Because one less holiday headache is a gift everyone wants. This is Michelle Renee Quinn.
And coming up on Live at 4, Dr. Jeff Potoff stops by to talk about how UW prepares for tragedies like the one at Abundant Life Christian School. We'll be right back.
You know you love it. You know you want it. And there's only one place like it where you can get it. Seafood like no other. Mad Seafood Boiler. Order online for delivery or dine in today.
I thought you two were going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison this afternoon.
No, we couldn't decide what game to play.
That's the great thing about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. There is a myriad of games with a myriad of themes so you can find your perfect fit. Some machines offer free games, multiple spins, a bonus within a bonus, and multipliers. So many different ways to play means so many different ways to win. Find your perfect game at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I've been a motorcyclist for a little over 20 years now. I always wanted to have a motorcycle my whole life, and dashing helps me support that hobby. I love the flexibility of dashing. I love the connections I make. Dashing lets me do what I want, when I want. I'm my own boss now. If dashers can maintain their freedom, flexibility, and independence, and have access to benefits, that would really be the best of both worlds. Portable benefits would help me cover medical costs, dental, vision. That would be fantastic.
I need help for my mom. She has dementia. I want a Grace so Mom can get care at home. You know what people say about them? I can't imagine better support through such a painful time. A Grace. Authentic care and connection. Visit agrace.org to learn more.
Shop the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Save over $11,000 on select 24 Silverado or lease a 25 Trax for $169 a month. Shop Bergstrom, Madison, or Middleton locations today.
Follow the beat of Butch Vig with Madison Magazine. How a kid with a drum kit became a visionary DIY producer, musician, and Grammy winner. The local legend tells all in a home studio sit-down. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now. And the winner is Madison Magazine. Proud to earn 11 Milwaukee Press Club Awards for excellence in Wisconsin journalism. And the top prize for civic journalism in this year's National City and Regional Magazine Awards.
You know you love it. You know you want it. And there's only one place like it, where you can get it. Seafood like no other. Mad Seafood Boiler. Order online for delivery or dine in today.
Well, tonight we have reporters at vigils in Madison to see how the community is coming together to heal from the school shooting.
Our Merrill Hubbard is at Casa de Fe in Monona talking with a pastor who also has 3 children who attend Abundant Life. Good evening, Merrill.
Hey Brady, hey Eric. Yes, I'm at Casa de Fe, a church in Monona that is holding a vigil to pray for the families and community after the school shooting at Abundant Life Christian School. Now, Casa de Fe has been at this location for about 2 years and is just miles away from the Abundant Life School. This vigil, this service, will be extra hard for the pastor, Pedro Lewis Jr. He himself has 3 kids who attend Abundant Life. 2 of them were there yesterday, and he tells me what his middle child said about being in the building and hearing the shots fired.
He told me today, he's like, Papi, when this was happening, I try to be strong. I didn't know what was going on.
Pastor Ruiz explained that his son did not see the shooting, but has a close friend who is in critical condition. Now, the pastor also told me that this is a predominantly Spanish-speaking congregation and that they will be praying in Spanish tonight. He also said that many families attend this church who also have kids that attend Abundant Life. So we're going to stick around here as this vigil continues. It's still about 2 hours away, or actually about an hour away now, and we're going to be talking to some community members and also just sticking around to see how this community is finding a way to heal. But for now, reporting in Monona, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Merrill. Well, victims of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting were sent to SSM Health, St. Mary's Hospital, and UW Health.
That's right. UW Hospital received 3 patients related to the shooting yesterday. And here to talk with us about how UW Health prepares for situations like this is Dr. Jeff Potoff. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys, too.
Despite the circumstances, this is something as an emergency room, as an emergency department, if you will, this is something you prepare for. You work tirelessly for, mass trauma events.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be ready because we never know whether it's something as tragic as this, a school shooting, whether it's a big pileup on the interstate. There always exists that possibility that suddenly, within minutes, we're going to get inundated with a whole bunch of really sick patients. So we have policies in place, practices in place, and then, training that kind of keeps us sharp on this just because it doesn't happen every day. And thankfully, that stuff worked really well yesterday.
Yeah, it always amazes me because you have to act fast, you have to be precise, and you also have to think about the other patients around there. How do you do that, that combination?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to training, right? Like if you just took this de novo and said, hey, what do you want to do? We for sure would not get it right. But we talk about it before it ever happens, what we would do. We've got some, lived experience, and then you train on it. I think it really starts with those first responders, police, fire, EMS. They're our eyes and our ears. As much as they're taking care of people on the scene, they are thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. They're letting us know what's going on. And then likewise, we kind of jump into action, both with a statewide system that allows us to know very quickly what the capacity of local hospitals are. And then we can also quickly ascertain, like, well, does UW Health need to divert maybe some lower acuity patients because we know we're going to get an influx of really sick patients. We can do that with our hospital partners very quickly. And then there's the space and the staffing. So we have to take action as far as like freeing up some of those rooms in the emergency department. Maybe that inconveniences some patients, but it's worth it. Pause those OR cases that are about to start and say, hey, we got to wait. We got to see how many ORs we need for these people. And then our process is to notify staff. You can imagine we're a 24/7 organization. That means a good number of our staff are not at work. We can instantly get a hold of them, get them ready to come in if they're needed, segregate them in an area until we need them. But all that together does allow us to really deliver amazing medical care to a large number of people in a moment's notice.
I always say we are truly blessed in this community with the healthcare providers that we do have. But as it occurred to me yesterday, as we were on the air, as these patients are being treated at both hospitals, there's also the rest of the world goes on. You're still dealing with all that stuff as well. It doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't stop. I think people do afford us a little bit of grace as far as like inconveniences that might happen to them, knowing that we are actually addressing something that's much bigger than any of us. But yeah, nothing ever really stops. But sometimes you just got to dig a little bit deeper, go that extra mile to know that you gave it everything you got for these folks that are really suffering.
Well, fully transparent, my father was an emergency room physician. I have tremendous respect for the work your community does, and I know it's a difficult time. I hope everybody gets a chance to pause and catch your breath, because I know it's difficult for healthcare providers as well.
Everyone's human, so yeah, we're all digesting it, and for anyone out there who is suffering, it's important to get help. These are tough things to work through.
Dr. Jeff Potoff, thank you so much, as always.
You bet.
And Alex is back with another look at our first warn forecast. Alex?
I sure do. Let's use Future Track here to show you that with vigils and activities this evening, a little light snow from, let's say, the Wisconsin River Valley, Madison, and points off towards the south. Not looking at much in the way of accumulation, less than an inch, but some slick spots nonetheless. 1 to 4 inches are expected on Thursday with breezy conditions. We're highlighting this period Thursday into Thursday night for alert day conditions for that potential of upwards of a few inches of snow. That snow's widespread by the time we get to midday Thursday, still widespread Thursday evening, wrapping up as we get later Thursday night going on into Friday morning with some travel impacts expected across southern Wisconsin. Beyond alert day Thursday, a cold weekend ahead, warming up as we head towards Christmas with maybe even some showers. We'll be right back.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur-Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, but with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat, Cool Sculpting Elite, the newest technology available. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
Janesville Nissan, we treat our customers the way we want to be treated. It's in everything we do and every deal we make. You won't find that at most other dealerships. Come see why you'll feel great buying a vehicle from Janesville Nissan. Exceptional savings, award-winning service.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA auto insurance.
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Tonight at 6, we'll be using Future Track to look at 2 chances for snow. A little bit of snow tonight, but alert day conditions snow expected on Thursday.
Then a community reeling after a deadly school shooting. We look at the fallout and the road to healing tonight at 6.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
Nobody.
Well, today the Federal Trade Commission announced its final rule requiring live event ticket and lodging companies to display the full price, including all those fees up front.
Now, the agency says the bipartisan rule will ban what it calls bait and switch pricing. The board members voted in favor of the rule 4-1. The lone dissenter was Andrew Ferguson, who is President-elect Trump's pick to run the FTC. The new rule is set to go into effect in 4 months.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Portage Furniture Store, your forever furniture store. Mr. Aaron Ayers, what does that mean?
Welcome back, Emmy. Yes, when we talk about forever furniture, we talk about generation-lasting, heirloom-quality custom furniture. Case in point, we live it every day. My wife and I, we have a chair in our home that my grandfather sold to my wife's grandparents. Generation lasting, third generation lasting furniture.
Long, long before you and Jen had met. That's an incredible story.
We find love at Portage Furniture.
He can promise that right there. And still free delivery, amazing service from your crew.
We talk about it all the time, the best in the business. Bring it in, set it up for you, move it left, move it right. They are the best.
They're going to take care of you. And it looks like the 4th generation, they're just swooping right in. They're making some decisions here, Aaron.
They're trying to kick us out the door as quick as they can. They're anxious and they're ready to go.
Kenley, are you ready to work in the store someday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
That a girl. High five. We've all had those moments in businesses where you see the salesperson come at you and you're like, oh man, I haven't even had a second to look. Except that doesn't happen when you come to Portage Furniture.
That's right. Really, it's a pressure-free environment. Really no pressure at all. We like the customers to be able to get a chance to look around, to really sit down on the furniture, to lay down on the mattresses, to really, again, have the no pressure atmosphere here at the store.
Absolutely. But they also know their stuff. So when you're ready, when you need them, when you have the questions for them, they're going to be here and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. You know, our staff and our salespeople are very well knowledgeable and they know the product and everything too. So any questions, they're here for you.
From the entire Portage Furniture family, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need, because they're a part of them, because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
And tomorrow on Live at 4, more Americans are visiting Japan this year, and we're finding out why, and we are showing you. Plus, thanks for having us on our Live at 4 program. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.